everyone can please take their seat and get ready, we'll go ahead and start today's presentation. I'm Andrew Hawes. I'm the president and CEO of the Housing Partnership. The Housing Partnership is a local nonprofit development organization which was created nearly 30 years ago through the first class of the Bingham Fellows program, which has developed into now Leadership Louisville. At that time, the leadership in Louisville wanted to create a nonprofit organization which would focus on affordable housing development and finding new ways to bring affordable housing capital to Louisville. And our mission is to create and sustain and promote affordable housing opportunities. And our vision is to empower communities and to create neighborhood stability by creating affordable housing of choice. Today, we are once again gathering to celebrate a ribbon-cutting ceremony today from Montgomery Apartments. This beautiful development consists of 24 units, 9 bedrooms, 9 two-bedroom units, and 15 three-bedroom units. And we're able to produce this quality housing at unique times with our housing finance industry, where the traditional resources that are used to produce housing like this have become so competitive that it was not possible until the creation and funding of the Louisville Affordable Housing Trust Funds. We began working on this project back in 2016, I guess, with the conception of it, working with Gil Holland and his group. And when the Affordable Housing Trust Funds was funded in 2017 for the 2018 round, we were able to secure the necessary funding to produce, I think, what is a quite unique development, in that we were able to address the barriers of developing housing, especially in a more challenging area of our town, and provide rents that were comparable to those that would be done with the traditional low-income housing development funds. Today, we're proud of this development. We have over 50% of the units leased, and we're, with the flexibility of the Louisville Affordable Housing Trust Funds, we're able to serve a broad range of individuals based off income. And what that does, it gives us additional flexibilities that the traditional affordable housing resources don't, where the traditional resources limit you to either a 50% AMI limit or a 60% AMI limit. And as the owner-operator of many multifamily housing developments throughout Louisville, if we had a family that came in at 51% AMI or 61% AMI, we would have to turn them away. But with this resource, we don't have to do that. We can serve all households needing safe, decent, affordable housing up to AMIs of 80%, which is huge. And the rents that we're able to start with were actually affordable to those at the 50% AMI income level. So we're extremely happy with this, and we're extremely happy and grateful for Louisville Affordable Housing Trust Funds, for our mayor and city council for funding, and their continuous funding of the Louisville Affordable Housing Trust Funds. There's many people that it took to bring this together. HPI is one of the partners of this development, along with Urban Acupuncture with Gil Holland and his team, Denton Floyd with Tommy Floyd and his team, all coming together to make sure that this development could be successful. Overall, the total development costs of this development is $2.9 million, and we were able to do it with accessing $1 million of the Louisville Affordable Housing Trust Funds, of which we will pay back $900,000 of that. It will return back to the city or back to the trust funds to be reused again in future developments. So we're super happy to see that. We want the Affordable Housing Trust Funds to be sustainable for future developments. A project like this, obviously requires the community's input, and we were so happy to be introduced to the Portland Now committee and to get their advice on the project overall. And we want to definitely give a shout out to Judy Schroeder and to Mike Nagel with the Portland Now committee. And their input on our project design has allowed us to develop this where it enhances the character of this historic district. With this development, HPI, we're continuing our efforts. I believe the last time I did a ribbon cutting, we were out at Middletown Apartments, where we were able to produce, again, with Louisville Trust Fund's assistance, 80 units of quality, affordable multifamily housing. And we have been doing quite a bit of work in the West End communities through our acquisition of the 1405 West Broadway building, which has been a vacant and abandoned property for over 40 years, creating a blighting influence. We are hopefully going to be in a position later this year, within the next few months, to move forward with our 77 unit of senior housing construction, along with 2 floors of commercial space. And we could not have done that without the support of our community through our partnership with One West and through our partnership with Louisville Metro Government as well, and Louisville Metro Housing Authority, in providing some rental assistance to help make the numbers work. We have also made some significant investments in single-family housing over the last few years. Since to date, in 2020, we've invested over $8.9 million in acquiring vacant and abandoned properties. The city has a tremendous problem. It's been recognized for quite some time. And our board of directors back in 2007 charged HPI to create an initiative to where we can partner and help address the vacant and abandoned properties in West Louisville. Obviously, in 2008, the financial crisis, it slowed everything down. It slowed our initiative down, but we did pick it back up. And we have been working with our other local nonprofit developers, with a coalition which was newly created called West Can't Wait, where we're all working together collaboratively to see how we can increase the impact in addressing the vacant and abandoned properties, increasing investment without displacement, and where HPI is a diverse organization, we're experienced with multifamily and single family. We're going to go out and we're going to attract new resources to bring to the community, and we're exploring new market tax credits and the Federal Home Loan Bank, and we're working with Kentucky Housing Corporation, along with keeping our local community informed with the Louisville Trust Funds. To date, I think we've secured over $450,000 of outside resources from the Federal Home Loan Bank and Kentucky Housing Corporation to not only help us with our development activities, but also to ensure that we can provide the homes at affordable rates. All of those funds were secured to provide direct down payment assistance to the buyers of the houses, anywhere between $10,000 to $15,000, secured on 44 homes. And those are dollars that would not have come to the community without some perseverance in going after them to bring them in to help leverage the dollars that are currently committed to Louisville Metro, or by Louisville Metro. I want to introduce our other partners and let them come up and have share a few words. We'll start off with, I got my agenda, Mr. Greg Rockman with Urban Acupuncture. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrew. You all look lovely. Glad to see all those masks out there. I'll put mine on as soon as I'm done yammering on. Gil could not be here today, so you're stuck with me. Okay, so this project was the culmination of what seems like hundreds of hours of meetings, dozens of draft pro forma financial statements, handful of disagreements, a bunch of community meetings, I'm sure not nearly enough, plenty of design revisions and all the associated blood, sweat, and tears that go along with it. Of course, this project, as Andrew said, could not have been made possible without Metro government, the Louisville Affordable Housing Trust Fund, our financial partners, Hope of Kentucky, Cub, and Park Community Bank. So as I was preparing these notes, I looked back at some old emails, hi Marvin, to find out when the conversation with Andrew started, and it was, as he's already mentioned, I think it was July of 2016. But we've been having conversations about this project for at least a year before that. Our original idea for the project was to partner with Kentucky Refugee Ministries and build new, inexpensive housing and make them available for the immigrants in need, the clients that they serve. In itself, an act of inclusivity. Diverse populations make stronger community and a more whole consciousness of existence, a richer flavor to a thicker soup. And I hope the actions of our city and its leaders and its citizenry will grow towards more acts of inclusion and mutual support. The advantaged need to support the ones in need. The oppressed deserve reparations, and the victims deserve justice. We hope that the investment of time, money, thoughtful conversation will help bring new investment, new blood, better health and education, more jobs, better paying jobs, and less crime to the community. Now, this event is supposed to be a celebration, but it doesn't feel like it's time for celebrating. We're divided from one each other. We do not do everything in our power to house the homeless, to feed the hungry, to clothe the cold, to educate the poor, and support each other with a goal of betterment for everyone, even though it is within our reach. And I'm ashamed. It's not lost on me that this project became possible because of my male white privilege and the privilege of my partners. We need to work harder. You need to work harder. We all need to work harder. The government needs to work harder so that anybody has the possibility to do a project like this. And while it may not be time for celebration, it's worth acknowledging this achievement. For goodness sake, we've been working on it for 5 years, so I am proud of it. One of my partners of urban acupuncture, Marvin Grafchek, saw the acre of land that we're standing on, and he said, let's put a stake in the ground. Let's show folks that a new development in this neighborhood can work. This development is a team effort, as Andrew talked about, and I'm sure that others will talk about it as well. And we'd never done a ground-up, brand-new multifamily housing project before. So we enlisted some help from the housing partnership, from Denton Floyd Real Estate, to make sure that we got it done and that we got it done well. So thank you for listening. Now I get to introduce Tommy Floyd, Denton Floyd Real Estate.
Great job, Greg. So good morning. I want to thank everyone for attending. My name is Tommy Floyd, co-founder of Denton Floyd Real Estate Group. I am honored to be here today in celebration of the ribbon cutting of the Montgomery Apartments. It's the first new apartment development in the Portland area in several decades, so it's just a great pleasure to even be a part of this. But Denton Floyd, our focus has always been, to building better communities, and that philosophy could not be more fitting for this wonderful project. Portland is historically one of Louisville's most vibrant communities, and I hope this new project will help further this neighborhood's revitalization. At Denton Floyd, we are excited to be a part of this 24 apartment unit new developed, focused on giving people in this area affordable workforce housing. I sincerely believe that the success of the Montgomery Apartments will provide more development opportunities in the Portland area for affordable workforce housing, which is our goal as a company here. And as a group, as a partnership. Montgomery Apartments represents 2 and 3 bedroom units, each unit having, as you can see, the decorative brick facade, spacious bedrooms, 1 and 2 full bath units, stainless, energy efficient appliances. It's designed to suit the character of the Portland neighborhood as well. The team worked with neighborhood groups, as Greg mentioned here, to make sure it would fit in architecturally. And we feel like we've accomplished that together as a team, which is wonderful. The apartments, will mimic some unique architectural features found on nearby historic homes and buildings as you drive around the area here. And we also unearthed an old brick sidewalk that we hope to preserve of the property. A lot of character here. So this partnership, as our partners have mentioned here, could not have been completed without the joint collective efforts of Andrew Halls and HPI, Greg Rockman, Gil Holland, Marvin Grafchuk with Urban Acupuncture, Christy McGravy with the Louisville Affordable Housing Trust Fund, Mayor Fisher, and the City of Louisville, as well as Hope of Kentucky and Billy Wade. We are grateful for having the opportunity of working with each of these outstanding groups, and just want to thank you very much for being here and being a part of this historic event. Thank you.